Kenapa nampak? Ada benda ni tak?
Ada benda tekan ni. Tu webcam kan. Kau dah balik?
Nak nampak orang?
Tak.
Ya.
Link ni share. Ha? Mana link? Lalu. Dia. Meh.
Dear students, as we are about to start shortly, please lend me your ear. Before we begin, I have a few remarks for you. Please be reminded to silence your phone as well as turn off your camera. Give your attention and the best of interest for the presenter and the presentation. And if you have a question, please wait for the Q&A session. Thank you for your kind attention. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Nasir bin Abdullah, Lecturer of Statistical Programming, dedicated in conference and all beloved students, College Computing Informatics and Mathematics. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to everyone. Welcome to mini conference, our programming language.
Before we proceed to our main agenda, we would like to invite Saudara Adam to lead the dua recitation for this program. Please welcome.
Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala al-anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Pengasih lagi Maha Penyayang, kami bersyukur atas nikmat dan peluang yang Kau berikan kepada kami untuk berkumpul pada hari ini dalam program ini, Conference R Programming. Limpahkanlah rahmat dan doa-Mu ya Allah kepada kami di hari ini. Ya Rahman ya Rahim, kurniakanlah kepada kami keikhlasan dalam setiap niat dan usaha kami. Permudahkanlah segala urusan kami dan berkatilah setiap langkah yang kami ambil dalam melaksanakannya. Jadikanlah program ini sebagai sebab untuk menambahkan ilmu kami di dunia. Ya Allah, satukanlah hati-hati kami dalam kebaikan dan kasih sayang. Jauhkanlah kami daripada sifat-sifat yang Engkau tidak redai. Dan hiasilah diri kami dengan sifat sabar, syukur dan rendah hati. Allahumma antal azizul jalil. Ampunkanlah dosa-dosa kami, dosa ibu bapa kami, pendidik-pendidik kami dan seluruh umat Islam sama ada yang masih hidup maupun yang telah meninggal dunia. Jadikanlah kami dalam kalangan hamba yang sentiasa bersyukur atas nikmat dan kudrat-Mu ya Allah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wassallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi washabbihi wa baraka wa sallam. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you, Saudara Adam, for the doa recitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mini conference program this morning. I am Shakira.
And I am Amisha bin Zaidi. We will be your MC for today. Now, let us begin with the introduction of R. R has emerged as one of the most powerful and flexible statistical software in the world. It is an open source programming language that is extensively used for statistical analysis, data visualization, and predictive modeling. With R, we can manipulate data effortlessly, perform complex statistical analysis, and using visualization to represent the data.
Moving on to our next agenda, we are going to proceed with the first slot. We would like to invite the first group to start their presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from CDCS111 5A, Group 1. We present R from topic chapter 10, plotting bar chart. So this is we present you guys. First one is introduction, objective, methodology, analysis, result, conclusion, and benefits of analysis. Before we continue the present, we will introduce ourselves. So my name is Ahmad Uzair bin Syafuddin.
So my name is Azim Sufian Beswardi.
Hi, my name is Alia Community Zainal Azmizi.
Hi, my name is Auni.
Hi, my name is Cassandra Ann.
And my name is Aniska Tindana binti Muhammad Fauzi.
Introduction of budget. R stands out as a towering figure that offering a comprehensive suite of tools that enable researchers, data analysts, and statisticians to delve into essence of their data. They transform raw data into informative visual stories, facilitating the communication of complex. It is simply called as base plotting. Is a tacit and powerful of means creating graphics. The base graphic system provides a fine-grained control over plot elements, making a fine-grained elements, making it possible to craft both simple and intricate plots. Lebanese is for data visualization. It is contain simplicity, control, stability, and compatibility.
So we proceed to objective of voting. The first objective is we can data summarization. So from that, we can aggregate information can be presented effectively using bar plot, pie chart, or group bar chart. So next we can comparing group, technique viewing plots, or face plots can be quite clear. So next, we can explore data analysis, which is EDA. So from EDA, we can explore correlation and relation between variable using scatter plot and line graph. So next, histogram, SCC plot, and box plots allow to understand the distribution. So next, we can enhance communication. So by using the RStudio, we can customize plot with meaningful label, color scheme, and depth. Next, we can emphasize key finding, guiding stakeholder for toward actionable insight and aiding in the decision making process. So lastly, from the objective for plotting is can advance data visualization. Using RStudio, we can take a complex data set effectively. Next, make complex data more unstable and disable. And lastly, we can make complex data more unstable and accessible.
So I will present about methodology of plotting. In coding plotting, we have bar plot, the primary function for R to create plots in R-based package. Next, we have a main, X lab and Y lab. The parameter can be to provide names on bar. For main, we can put our title on bar chart. And then S lab for X axis and Y lab for Y axis. So next, names at the ARG can use to provide names for the base on S axis. So next, COL equal. Can set the color of the bars. We can put the different colors for each bars. And then for legend. Legend is to define legend label in bar chart. And then apply is used to add straight line to existing plot. Useful for adding reference line, regression line, and a horizontal and vertical line in bar chart. So next.
Next is analysis and result. Okay. First of all, we run the MTCAS to get the output. Then, okay, then just to get this output, all the MTCAS. Then this is the basic of command. We start from the bar plot, tables, MTCAS, $sign here. Okay, this is the bar chart. Next is we adding the COL equals, which is color. To get the color, For example, this one violet red 4. Next. For this one, we put color equals C, which is combined, and then put the color. So this is output.
So we next to the changing colors. So first thing first, we just create a bar plot. So we use a empty cars with gear, and we use a color. For example, we use a dark green, dark sun, and DB gray. And border for the bar, we use a purple. So if you want do something with your color which you don't want use a color for the border, you just use a cal and equal to NA. And border, you just you use example for border is tomato 1, violet 3, and violet. So we proceed to adjusting the name of each categories. Okay. With a bar plot, table vertical gear, and call and border we use the same. So main is to do a title for the bar chart. So we use a bar chart showing frequency of n number of gear and equal to 32. S lab is x axis and y is y axis. So x we use a number of gear and we use to for number of cars. So names is RG is which is we label for the each bar chart. So we use a 3 gear, 4 gear, and 5 gear. And width, which is to change the bar, which is for each bar, we have a different size. For 3 gear is 30, and 4 gear is 20, and 5 gear is 30. So that's it.
Next, changing space of the bars. This code is still the same as the previous one, but we just add the space equals to 1. So this is the difference with the previous one. Next is adding legend in bar chart. We just add the legend text and arch legend to to label there as a bar. Then this one is adjusting position. Start from here, we add the text to label to add the value inside the bar chart.
So next we proceed to adjusting a font style. For font style, we have example which I displayed. So one is default, two is bold, three and italic, and four is bold italic. So you can just type like I explained before, but add a family, series, and font too. Lepas tu we proceed to the changes color for edit title. So you guys can see for left system there's exist and call exist. There's a command for you to change your baca. And lastly, to process inside the exist label. So which is style for exist default. For the exist, you just can one to horizontal, two predicated exist, and three always vertical. So that's
We continue to the adjusting the y-axis limit. Still the same command. We just add the y limit to get the limit of the bar. For example, y limit equals to c 0, 20. Okay, next, adding labels percentage. We just add on the text row, which is the percentage and the percentage. rate. Next, this is last one for the simple bar chart. This difference with the previous one because for this one we add the horizontal equals to t, which is true. So this is the output. Alright.
Alright, next we move on to the next cluster bar chart. As you guys know, the first bar chart we're only gonna use one variable, and then for cluster bar chart we're gonna use two variables. So we're gonna add in the table empty cars sign dollar CYL, which is cylinder, which is we make the first simple cluster bar chart. We're gonna use count, which is count is actually for to create the table and of how many cars have each combination of cylinders and gears, and then use main argument as the title, X lab as for the level, legend as for using the row name for cylinders, beside is for the bar for each cylinder side by side, border is for border color for the bars, and horizontal for the horizontal bar. And then move on to the next one, which is a little bit advanced, and we're gonna add some text to the bar plot function. So same as just now, but we're gonna add a data frame, which is we can use any word. I use here A1, and then we got how to add the text is by using the text argument and include A1 as the x-axis and count as for the y-axis, and then also add the label argument to add the text label on top of the bars. Also pause for the position, and that beside that is the bar chart. Thank you.
Okay, so next, since all of them already explained for the basic one, so I will only explain the last two row, which is apply function. Apply function is used to draw the straight line across the plot, and the horizontal grid line are added to make the bar chart more easier to read. So, of the apply function, we have a few key arguments. For the first key argument is h. H specifies the y coordinate where horizontal line should be drawn. And if you can see the sequence, SEQ is sequence. Sequence function is to generate a sequence of numbers starting from 0 to maximum value of the contingency table with an additional 3 unit for padding. By equal to is to set the interval of 2 units between the lines, means that the grid line will start from 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. Next one is LTY equal to 3. LTY is line type. Line type, in case we use line type 3, means which is dash. Dash is used to also to make it easier to read the line chart, which is it make the intrusive line solid than more easier to read than the solid line. The last row is to add variables on top bar. We use count equal to S vector car table. The table empty car CYL and empty car gear. Create a contingency table showing the count of the number of car grouped by number of CYL, number of cylinder, and number of gear. S vector car table convert the table into the simple vector containing the raw counts. This is necessary because the bar plot function plot based on the metric and structure value. So we need to use the actual value inside the code to put it into the right position. Last one is post equal to 3. Post is just the simple function was is just used to put the position of the bar equally. So you can see here it is stacked near each other, which gap. So that is all for cluster bar chart. We will explain a little bit more about stack bar chart.
Okay, step by step is similar to cluster bar chart, but the difference is each bar will stack on top of each other instead of placing it side by side. Because of that, we change this side equal to true, this side equal to false. And now we don't need any more for switch for each bar. Don't forget to change the title. Don't forget to change the title here from cluster change it to step by step. That's all for simple bar chart, cluster bar chart, and step by step. The benefit. As for conclusion, a bar graph is a great method for showing data that does not need to be displayed in any specific order and is unconnected to one another. The bars offer a visual way to compare quantities across many categories. Bar graph also can identify pattern, trend, and relationship between different variables. The benefit of bar chart is visually appealing, easy, good for categorical data, and easy to understand and interpret.
Okay, so next that is all for simple bar chart, cluster bar chart, and stack bar chart. So we move on to Q&A session. Is there anyone who want to ask us any question? Class B, Class A? No. So we will ask a few questions from us, and I hope some of you would like to volunteer. So the first question is, how do I add the title and axis label to my bar chart? Volunteer? Anyone? Okay, Amri?
Hello, this is mine. How do I add a title to my bar chart is by adding the main equal and x lab front of here. By adding the main equal to for the title and axis label x lab and lab. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. So correct. So the last question is, what the function for legend in bar chart? Just a simple question. Anyone? Function for legend. Function for legend.
To define legend in bar function.
Yes, we understand.
Hey, Anissa punya phone stand. Phone stand Anissa.
All right, and thank you for the presenters for the presentation. Hope all of you gain knowledge based on their presentation just now. Next, we would like to proceed for the next group. We would like to invite group 2.
Lemo ke. Tapi jangan ni dia kena belakang. Jangan grip. Apa open kat sini. Grip kat belakang ni. Tadi Anissa tekan lama tu yang restart balik tu.
Oh. Oh. Sini kek tu tadi. Saya mikir.
Tak payah pun patutnya. Cakap dengan dia. Tak payahlah, benda aku free. Aku tak payah.
Oh, sekali.
Turun sikit. Alanet, saya tak ni alanet. Sekejap.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Today, my team would love to present about our topic, which is vector in programming. But first, let me introduce our first. My name is Muhammad Daniel Hafiz, and at the most left side there is Ezekiel Simpson, and the next to him is Khalifa Damia, and Idina Maisara, Hanif, and Muhammad Tairul Hafiz. Okay, first, what is vector anyway in R? Vector is a basic data structure towards element of the same data. But it is not just any data structure. It is a function of anything we do in R. And even we analyzing, whether it's a small or big data. Let's just imagine it as a container that put all of our data. And then it is also a sequence of data elements, which mean all the data must be from the same type and cannot be mixed. Now, let's see the types of elements that have in vector. The first, we have numeric. We can put any value number in it. We can put integer, doubles, positive or negative values. Then we also have a character element. It is perfect if you want to put any words you want to put in your data. Maybe you can put the fruits or name of your friend. At the side, I put Ali. And maybe a location you want to visit. At this, I put Langkawi. Then we also have logical element, which store only true or false values. And we also have some special case, which missing values or null. But which mean when there's a missing value or absent false values, we use these two. Then there are many things we can do in vector. For example, with one code of line, we can do an arithmetic problem. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, divided and powers. We can do it all. Also, we can do compare values in our data by using relational operator. There are many symbols. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. Now, let's see the application of vector. Vector is used widely in R because it smooths our process in analyzing the data. For example, maybe we want to calculate the average mark in our class, or we want to summarize the total sales of this month. Then, column in dataset are stored as vector, and it's easier for us to analyze the data. Then vectorize also speed up our process. Let me give you an example. If you have 100 of number and you want to add 5 on it, by just using vector, we can solve it as fast as possible. Do not need to repeat it one by one or do a looping.
Okay, now moving on to objective. The first objective. The first objective is to create and manipulate vectors from the data set.
And next, explore data structure and types. And lastly, to implement basic data operations using vectors.
Okay, for the methodology, first is data importation from the Excel or SPSS. Second is create vectors. Third is explore data structure from the data we import. Fourth is that basic data operation, and the last one is data extraction. We go to the analysis.
So now I'm with Ezekiel will show you how to use vector in our studio. First, our data set is about laptop price prediction. Firstly, we need to load our data set into our studio by rename the data set into data one. Use the read.csv and import the file to our studio. Next we want to, if you want to display the first few row of the dataset, we just use heading heading function and run the data. From this side, we can see that the output will show the first 6 row of the dataset and each of the variable in the dataset, such as brand, processor speed, RAM size, and so on. Next is to create a vector from the dataset. The dollar sign there is the dollar sign operator mean that signs and price and run it. Now the price will become the vector for the dataset. The same goes to each of the variable in the dataset. The step is the same if you want to create each variable to vector. Next, we want to display the first 3 elements of each variable in the dataset. First, we use print to display the dataset. We use head and we use the vector that we create early and put 3. 3 means here it is the first 3 row of the for example the RAM variable. You just show the first 3 row of the RAM variable and print running. Here we can see that the output will display only 3 first element in the RAM size. Same goes to the other. The procedure is just the same. And then next is to explore the data structure and the summary. The structure function is to display the structure of the dataset. The structure function is an overview of the structure from the dataset. Run the learning, STR. From output, we can see that the processor speed, processor speed is a numerical data. Same goes to screen size, weight, and price. While the RAM size and storage capacity is a categorical data. Next, for summary data, summary will provide a summary of each column in the dataset. It also provide a descriptive statistic of the data. And when we run it, the output will show like this. The summary will show the descriptive statistic of each variable in the data set. For example, like brand, the processor will show the minimum, first quartile, median, mean, quartile, and so on. Same goes to every variable in the data set. And next, how to create vector. For example, if you want to convert the brand column to a vector, we use the as.vector function. We use the as vector function because it will treat categorical variable appropriately in the analysis. So we just type data one $brand as.vector function, and type again data1 $ brand and run it.
Okay. Since we already changed the brand into a vector, since it's a categorical variable data, sorry. It's much easier for us to represent it later on. Since if we want to find the level of it, level is just for us to summon the unique categories from that column, which we already convert into a vector. So when we run it, it's gonna list out all. Since we are trying to find the level of the brand, it's gonna list out all the name of the brands, such as Acer, all of those stuff. So after that, now we came to basic data operation. Now we are trying to calculate the average RAM size. To calculate the average for this, we are using min function. So min in a bracket data1 $RAM size, which we specify the column which we are trying to find the RAM size, and NA.RM is just for us to ignore if there's any missing value in it. And when we print it out, we will get 15.5, but since it's a categorical data, it's supposed to be 16. And then now now we are trying to calculate the difference between the price of the laptop. From this, we're just using the max function and min function, which is maximum and minimum. We just specified the what we are trying to find, since we are trying to find the difference in the price. So we're trying to find maximum in the bracket, specify the price column, and minus the minimum price. Same goes to the minimum. And when we run, we're gonna get that 24,953. So after this, we are trying to identify the most expensive laptop. Before we are trying to identify the most expensive laptop, we need to identify the most expensive price, the highest value for this laptop. So first we need to find the max. We need to use max function and specify the price, also ignoring the missing value, and put it into rename it into a new variable, which is max price. And then after this, we are gonna list out the row. The priciest laptop, and we're gonna specify data1 in the square bracket price, which equivalent to the function we put is now the max price. So when we print it out, you're gonna come this row, which is the Lenovo, is the most expensive one. And then the last one is the data extraction. If we want to find, like this one, we are trying to find the laptop has a processor speed between 2 gigahertz to 2.5. Sorry for the typo. We are going to use length function, since length is easier for us. The what do you call it? How many laptop categories falls for that specification? So we're gonna put all of that laptop. Gonna specify the laptop processor speed more than equals to 2 and less than equals to 2.5. And the 2 is the location of the column. Since it's located at the second column, so we're gonna put 2 inside. Then when we're gonna run it, we're gonna come out like that. So that's all for the coding. Now I'm gonna pass it.
So here we have come to the conclusion of vector today. Vector is a fundamental data structure in R programming. By using different types of vector in it, where we have 5 of them, like presenter Daniel mentioned before, it is used to help its user to extract necessary data. Not only it helps its user to present the data, but it can also help to perform basic operation like multiplication, addition, subtraction, and so on. And functions like finding the average, finding the missing value, and using logical operators for guiding further data processing and analysis. This promotes that efficiency in data manipulation, performs better performance, and code clarity.
Moving on to benefits of analysis. The first benefit is simplicity. By using vector, it simplifies code and promotes a more intuitive and readable coding style. And next is interoperability, which vectors can be easily converted into other data structures such as matrices or data frames, enhancing data manipulation capabilities. And lastly, vectorized operations. Vectors is one of our strongest features because it allows you to perform operations to entire sets of data quickly and efficiently.
So here we are in our Q&A session. Before we ask you, so let's let you ask us first. Questions?
No.
Let's move on. We have two questions only. The first one, how to handle values in our vector. As in, how do we ignore it? How do we ignore our missing value? What is the syntax? NA? Well, then?
.rm.
Yeah. Equals to? True. Yeah. There is our answer. Use NA.rm equals to true to ignore the missing values. For sem 3, missing values mean NA. NA means not available. Okay. Next one for question 2. What does the length function do in R?
Sorry.
Yes, Anis? Show the answer. Yes, Anis is correct. Thank you for today. That's all for our presentation. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Hope all of you understand well from their presentation. Up next, I'd like to welcome Group 3 to the stage.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, respected lecturers and my fellow friends. Today we are very excited to present on if-else topic. So this topic is very relevant because as a statistics student, we are very familiar with this topic. Before we dive right in, let me introduce my fellow members. So first, I'm going to start first. Hello, my name is Nur Aina Maisarah binti Salim.
Hello, my name is Nora Shaina.
My name is Adriana.
Hi, my name is Nur Alia Natasha.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Zulfadli.
So here is table content that contains all the topic that we are going through in this presentation. Next. I will start with introduction. In introduction, we will discussing what is if-else and why we learn if-else. If-else is a set of conditional statements that allow us to execute specific code based on certain conditions. Why we learn is if-else. It is essential for controlling program flow and handling different scenarios. Next.
Okay, so let move on to objective of if-else statement. First, understand the function of if-else statement in managing the flow of program. Second, understand the function of if-else statement in application logical condition. Third, lastly is understand the real world application which are commonly used in data analysis or other application.
Next, so let's move to the part of methodology. In if-else, we have if statement. The if statement play a crucial role in control flow within R. If condition is true, the statement will execute, but if the condition is false, the statement will not execute. Here is the condition can be a logical or numeric vector, but only for the first element is taken into consideration. So this is an example of if statement. If condition, then code what to be executed if the condition is true. Next. If else statement. The else statement can be added to execute code when the condition is false. The if statement is commonly used for this purpose, where the code is executed if the condition is true. This is an example. X equals to -3. If x more than 0, print x is positive. Else print x is not positive. So we know that x equals to -3 is x is not positive. Next. The if-else function in R serves as a vectorized substitute for the if-else statement of the conditional operation on vectors. It assigns a condition for each element within a vector, generate a new vector where values are assigned depending on whether the condition is true or false. So this is the basic center of the if-else function in R, where test expression is the condition to be evaluated. X is the value to be written in the new vector if the test expression is true, and Y is the value to be written in the new vector if the test expression is false.
Is analysis and result part. Okay, so here's the example of the if-else coding. It seems familiar, right? Like in the C++. So it is functioning as well as in ++. So here we have the function to type the ability in size using, here I'm using the -3, which is a numeric value. So we can see that the result is the output is the size in unavailable because the -3 is not in the size range. Okay, next. Okay, next we have the price range. We have the price range categorized as example. So this coding is functioning in adding another column that name price range. So the column will be worked to sort all the price that below than 50 is categorized as low, below than 150 categorized as medium, and others will be categorized as high. So here's the result. So here's the first SIG result because we only print the head data.
For the fourth example, which is group by material,
we insert the data into a variable name, and then we create a new column named material type, and then we use the if-else statement to state if it's wool, then it's natural. If it's cotton, then it's synthetic. And then there's the data. For the fourth one is classify by size. We use the code if else and create a new column size category. If it's XS, then it is small. If it's S, then it is large. Then that is the output. That's all.
Okay, I will continue with conclusion. From the presentation, we can conclude that if-else statement in R help you make decision in your code based on certain condition. It is also important tools that let your code respond to different situation based on condition. Mastering in R can make your coding more dynamic.
Next, benefit of analysis. One of the benefit of analysis is make the decision more flexible. It allows program perform the different action depend on the value set variable. For example, if user is log in and it will show their profile. Next, another benefit is to control the flow. It helps in controlling the flow of the program. For example, if user is an admin, it will show their admin dashboard. Next, to improve the code readability, using if else make the flow of logic easier to follow. For example, if age of user is over 18, it allow access to website. Next, we move to the Q&A session. Do you guys have any question? If not, I will ask you guys 3 questions. Okay, question 1. What is the syntax of basic if statement in R?
If condition, lepas tu ada hashtag code to execute if the condition is true.
Yes, correct. So here we already prepared a small gift to you. So congratulations to Rushdina. So we move on to the next question. So what is the purpose of an if-else statement in programming? So here.
To execute different code blocks based on whether a condition is true or false.
Yes, the answer is correct. Congratulations to Hafiza. So the last question, what is the benefit of if-else in R? Yes, Amri.
The benefits of if else in R, there's a tree where I just checking with the controlling the flow and helping the decision making, and I forget one, but these two can help the benefit.
Yes, the answer is all correct. Congrats, Amri. So that's all from us. Thank you for lending your ears.
All right, thank you, Group 3, for the presentation. That was some very insightful information from them. Hence, let's conclude the end of the slide 1. We will be back after a short 5-minute breaks. Sit tight and wait what comes in the next slide. Thank you.
Tak, kau pop. Charger bawa. Aku ada. Eh. Tergempat.
Of course lah, macam kecil. Jadi game dia tahu dia nak game dia. Kalau game dia pandai lah. Tak ada tadi. Dia lah. Ada mini test betul. Baca kat kita bagi ni kat barang kena ni. Berapa muka kita. Tadi guys. Dengar sini, guys. Bagus sekali. Nah, tapi dia buat dulu. Dia ada sini. Dengan timbak ni. Sniper. Betul rehat 5 minit. Saya kami. Berapa minit ni? Saya. Lagi sini. Cek semua. So. Baru
Welcome back to our mini conference. There's still a lot of more interesting topics regarding our programming that have been prepared for all of you. Thus, let's not waste our time and get in track with our next presenter, Group 4. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Okay, we are from 5A, Group 4. We are going to present about deployer. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nina Fatimati Azhari.
My name is Nur Masurina.
My name is Nur Farahid.
Hi, my name is Nur Irina binti Zaidi.
And my name is Nur Haifa binti Mamashari.
Okay, so what is deployer? Deployer is a package that provides easier tools for data manipulation. It is used to apply a filter, selecting specific column, create new column, rename the column, and reorder the data. Next. So there are 5 objectives of our presentation, which is the first one is to subset observation based on their value. The second one is to sort the data frame as in ascending or descending order based on the value. The third one is to rapidly and neatly subset a data or only the column that are relevant for analysis. And the last one is to add additional information or features to your data set based on existing data. And the last one is to apply summarize across group data.
Okay, next we move to the methodology part. Okay, for deploy package, we have 5 data manipulation challenges. Okay, I will explain one by one. Okay, for the first one is filter function. Okay, the filter function is allowed to pick specific observation from the data set. For example, in your data set, you only want to pick diploma in statistics only, so you can use filter function. Okay, other than that, the filter function allows to check or remove missing value. For example, in the observation, some student not fill in the student ID. So this filter function can use to check the missing value. Okay, the second one is arrange. Okay, the function of arrange is reorder the row by descending or ascending order. Okay, we move to the third one, which is select function. Okay, from the select function, you guys can use this function to choose which column that you want to keep, and you also can use the function to rename the column. Okay, the second last one is mutate. Okay, the function of mutate is create new variable in your data set. For example, in your data set now you have 5 variable. So you want to create another new variable, so you can use mutate function. Okay, the last one is summarize function. Okay, for summarize function, it had to combine many values into or down to one or single summary. Okay, that's all from methodology part. But don't worry, we also provide example and output for each deployer package for you to more understand about what is deployer and how to use deployer package in our studio.
So before we continue, we have to load our data, which is here we use library read R, and the object is data, and we use read CSV as a function to import our data into our programming. So when we view a data, it will show 11 columns of our data set. Before we continue, we need to use library deployer, and before that we need to install a package which is called a deployer package. Next.
So I will introduce you about a filter. We use a filter to show a grade level without missing value. For deployer package, we use filter your data name dot isna not isna dot na and put a grade level. If you we view the filter, the output will be show a grade level without NA. Next, for example 2, we use filter to show the ELE class type only. Filter your data name. Our data name is data. Type equal to ELE, and we view the filter 2. The output is as you can see, class type the output just see the ELE. For example, we can select all the school year 2024 to 2025 and class period at 7 hours. Filter data school year equal to 2024 2025, class period equal 7. View filter 3, the output will see as you can see, school year will be 2024 and 2025. Then class period is 7, only 7. Lastly, filter 4, we are using percentage in percentage. It is alternative way to express n. Filter data, the argument is class type equal SOC, and use logical operator or class type equal MAT, and then still logical operator and grade level percentage in percentage C at 8 and 2. If you view the filter 4, as you can see, class type also just show the MAT and SOC, and grade level will be shown 8 and 2. After that,
Hi, I'm back for analysis and result part. Okay, for my part is select function. Okay, for select function, I would like to choose only 2 columns that I would like to execute, which is school name and student ID. But for the school name, there is condition, which is for school name, just with junior high only that I want to execute. Okay, based on this R Studio, you guys can see the command for the select function. Okay, the first one is our data set, and you guys can see data singular school name is our condition that I decide just now, and we can proceed to the output. Okay, from the output, I said that I want to only 2 column, right? So you guys can see for the output there's only 2 column that I want to execute. So this is how to use select function. Okay, that's all to select function. We move to arrange function. Okay, just now I said that arrange function is reorder the row by ascending or descending order. So I would like to choose to arrange the school period in descending order. From this, you guys can see the command for the arrange function. The first one is our data, and the second one is a column that I want to execute in descending order. So we move to the output. Okay, this is the output for the arrange function, but maybe you guys cannot see clear, and I will move to in Canva to you guys see better output. Okay, see the column that I highlight. This is the condition that I want to show that the function of arrange in the prior package. So that's all for select and array function.
Next, for mutate, we use mutate to add a new column in our data set where we can see that there is a data and a grade category is the new column that will be created, and the condition is if based on the grade percentage, where it shows that if the grade percentage is more than 1,500, it will show high or low. So we can look at the output. So we can look at the next to student ID, there is a new column which is called as grade category. So if you want to see more, you can see at the Canva. The highlight is the new column that were created, which is grade category. Next. Okay, next, transmute. So transmute were used to create a new column and only show the new column that were created. So here we use our data, which is data, and the labelers is the name of the new column, and I will pass the value of grade level and class period. So when we look at the output, we can see that there is a level class new column, which is the combination of grade level and the class period. Next.
Okay. For summarize function, a function that summarizes a data by using the prior package, where we often use with group by function. I will show you some example for summarize function. Example 1, we need to calculate the number of observation based on class type. First, we need to create a variable that we store our result later on, which is summarize 1. Then using a summarize function, group the data set by the class type. So the function can calculate the data by group. Then we add the count function to calculate the number of observation. We run the code, call the variable, and we get the result. There you can see there are class type, then each class type have its own observation number. Next, we calculate the mean percentage of grade for each school. First, we create the new variable using the summary function. Group by, we insert the group by function to get the data based on school name only. Then within the summary function, there is a mean function and argument, and add the rm equal to t or true to eliminate or ignore the missing value. Therefore, to make sure there is no error in summarization, we can see the result. You can see that the school name is school name that have its own mean value.
Okay, so for piping is used to make the code more readable by chaining multiple functions together. Or easy way to say it is add all function in one coding. Okay, so let's go through for the first example. We want to find average grade percentage for each school year and sort it into a descending order. Okay, first I rename it as piping 1, and then I use the data that we have been declared as in the first one, and then don't forget to use a piping operator at the end of the line, and then group by school year, summarize average percentage equal to mean grade percentage, and a.rm equal to true because we want to omit all the missing value. and then arrange descending order average percentage. Oh. Okay, as you can